Good morning to you, West Shore Bank's VP of Retail, the Retail Market Manager, joining us this morning. So glad that you had a chance, and from West Shore Bank,
Yeah,
you are.
from my office. I
I
like
know,
it.
isn't that convenient? I love it. Well, this is kind of cool because this segment is all about, and we're focusing on two segments: parents and seniors, right? For these scholarships, and we were talking about this last year. And over the next few minutes, we'll talk about the application deadline. We'll talk about how this is broken out into different areas throughout the West Michigan area, all the way from Grand Traverse to Muskegon, right?
Correct. Yep. Mhm.
Take us through, if you don't mind, West Shore Bank's commitment to the community. I think, starting with that foundation, I think will help out a lot of our listeners to understand that it's not just a bank, it's not just a financial institution. It has employees and staff members that are right there in the community and communities along the lakeshore, right?
Well, we have a long history of investing in our community. So we recently celebrated our 125th anniversary. So, yep, since 1898, we've been investing in the communities in which we work in, and lots of different areas. So we're very, very excited about this upcoming initiative.
Absolutely. And take us through, just off the top of your head for a moment here, because I remember last year in front of Family Fair collecting food donations,
Yeah.
but West Shore Bank has a lot of opportunities that you do, a lot of events that you do that you are committed to the community, right?
Wide range. We're always looking to diversify, help many different varieties of individuals. So we were really excited. We had a very successful canned food drive with Family Fare back in the fall. In the winter, we ended up doing cans for a cause. So we did carriage rides to collect canned goods. And, we're very, very vested with our area youth with financial education, partnering with Kickstart to Career. And we're focusing on our high school seniors. We want to give them some different financial options to help cover sometimes the very, very heavy cost of attending a four-year college university.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about that because from a employee standpoint, you probably do work with students that are in school still, or maybe in college, and having those interactions with them. And even when we say, "Oh, college is expensive," that's a real fact, isn't it?
It can be very expensive. Coming from somebody who is still focusing on my student loan debt from my master's degree, I personally feel that statement.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about West Shore Bank's scholarship program, and it's not just one $1,000 scholarship, but it's multiple scholarships. It's I think 10 of them. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep. So 10 $1,000 scholarships spanning across our footprint. So amongst all six of our different counties.
And that's and tell me if I'm wrong. I see it's Grand Traverse and Benzie,
Yep. Yep.
and then Manistee, Mason, Oceana, and Muskegon County, right
Correct.
down the
Yep.
lakeshore. Okay.
Yep. Right down the lakeshore. Yep.
Lots of branch locations, and I think that probably says a lot about those staff members that work within those branches, because if you're part of a larger company and something's happening in, let's say, the northern tier of the company, and you're not really affected by it or get to participate in it, that it's kind of like, oh well, they're doing that, I wish we would do something like that. But now, because you have events and activities throughout the branches and throughout the counties, everybody gets to be a part of it and be able to give back to their local communities, right?
So that is feedback that I get a lot. I do have the pleasure of doing a lot of the employee interviews. One of the first questions I always ask, what perked your interest or wanting to work for Western Bank? A lot of people just love our commitment to our communities. They love how invested we are. They love how much we give back. They
Yep.
love that the bank allows for volunteer time. It's just something that all the staff and employees feel very, very proud to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. And we lost a little bit of your mic there, so maybe we can adjust there and see if
Okay.
we. Oh, there we go. It might have a little bit of. I can hear you better now.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
oh, there we go. Let's talk. And if you don't mind, actually, for our listeners and viewers, would you repeat that just for us, so that we can talk about that and make sure that they have that information about the staff and the localness of it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we have around 135 employees total across our footprint. And we really focus anytime that we're bringing somebody new to the team and we're doing the interview process. We always like to know, what attracts somebody to want to come work for West Shore Bank. And time again, it's very consistent that individuals want to come on board and work for West Shore Bank because they know how invested we are in the local communities. They know that we well diversify our financial efforts, that we focus on anywhere from our young children with financial education with Kickstart to Career. Next week, we are focusing on our senior customers, focusing on fraud prevention. We know that there is food insecurity in all of our counties, so we focus heavily in on that, and just visibility and our regular, staple events that happen year after year, such as community parades, the different fairs, anything of that.
And that's important, to that's an important from a business standpoint and from a morale standpoint too, when it comes to staff and to seeing that the community is engaged with their local financial institution, in this case West Shore Bank, and vice versa. Let's talk about, there's a deadline for the scholarship, there's a criteria for the scholarships there, and you want to be able to give all $10,000 away, and you've done that in the past. How easy is it to apply for this scholarship for area students?
I mean, it is very easy. We have connected with all the area high school principals, guidance counselors, so they have all the information. We know a lot of our area youth are very tech savvy. We know that we have to keep it very simple. High school seniors, they're tight on time. They don't want to take 20 minutes to fill out an application. So
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
utilize QR codes. It's just a simple, quick application, and you're pretty standard criteria for to be eligible for scholarships.
That makes sense. I think your earpiece or your earbud is kind of in, we're losing that a couple of times here and there, but we're working through all of it. We're learning from our software standpoint, but I think we'll be fine here. Let's put up that QR code for everybody, because that is an opportunity that people can scan that and find more information there at the West Shore Bank website for the scholarship program, as well as when they click on that QR code, they can also, the application's right there. Has the deadlines of, I believe, April 11th. Is that right?
April 11th, yep, at 11 p.m. So we definitely want to be mindful and proactive on that one.
All right. And I think it was set, and I think it helps and it makes sense that that deadline is there, because well, it kind of puts the students, if they're excited about the scholarship, then they won't submit after that deadline. And it also means that, in life we have deadlines, we have goals that we have to meet, right?
Well, and then plus it helps the West Shore Bank Scholarship Committee because we have a huge daunting task of deciding who we're, amongst the applicants, who we are going to award the scholarships to. And then ideally, we like to present that at the senior award night.
That's pretty cool. That's another
Yeah.
element that we want to chat about, is that those senior nights, whether it be a large school or a smaller school, that's a pretty big deal for these students, especially if they know that there's going to be an offset of about $1,000 from their, tuition or books or their future education. Have you had a chance to experience where you've presented, or at least getting some feedback from your team when they've been at those nights?
I mean, it's a great feeling, just to be able to know that you're going to make an impact and a difference in somebody's life. For some of these students, they may be first generation. to
Hmm.
go on to a four-year university. They may be paving the way for their younger siblings. So it is definitely an exciting and prideful moment to know that, we work for a community bank that has the ability and capacity to be able to do this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's a lot of money, $10,000 broken up in $1,000 scholarships for these seniors. What would be your message this morning? And let's actually break it down in two ways. What's the message to the parents of these seniors? And what's the message to the seniors directly on behalf of West Shore Bank?
I mean, I would say you explore every avenue. Don't create your own barriers. Look into all scholarship options. That alone can be kind of a daunting task. I know that life comes at you pretty fast when you are a high school senior. I know some of these individuals are finalizing and finishing up the last of their core classes. But I know each of the area schools, they also have support specialists on hand. So if it is hard, if it is scary, if it is confusing, the schools have guidance counselors, support specialists. I know all of our area high school principals are absolutely amazing. I'm a local born and raised. I'm a MCC Spartan.
Yeah.
Jeff Tuka, give a shout out. He's doing an amazing job over there. Everybody's very, very vested in making sure that these students are successful. So there's a lot of help. Parents, if it's overwhelming, there's just a lot of different individuals that can help guide you.
Good information there. What have we missed talking about this morning that's important for you and the team at West Shore Bank to make sure that the listeners and viewers know this morning?
So the scholarship, pretty self-explanatory. We're targeting high school seniors. We're looking for a, GPA of at least a 3.0, so a B average. The scholarships specifically, we're looking to help those individuals that are want to move on and go to that four-year university. So potentially, if they're not looking to go on to a community college, with the community college, we think that it's great. We're obviously still very, very supportive with our Kickstart to Career initiative, but we are very blessed and lucky that a lot of us do live in that promise zone. A lot of the community college cost is a completely 100% funded. So this is that unique opportunity for those individuals that want to move on, potentially go on to a university like, MSU, Grand Valley. This can help offset a portion of that tuition.
All right, that's exciting. April 11th is the
Yep.
deadline. How long after that? I think it's actually I think I know the date. 18th. Is it the
Yes.
18th? That
Yep.
okay.
April 18th. So, yes, we need to get those scholarships in because it's a very tight turnaround. The scholarship committee will meet, will evaluate the applications. And I mean, it's just a week later that we will be notifying. So, don't wait, be proactive. I mean, fill it out. If it was me, I would apply for all of them. I
Yeah,
would literally
absolutely.
just I would make that my full-time job. I would
Yeah.
just sit at home and apply for every possible scholarship out there because my philosophy, no is always no unless you give it a shot.
Yeah.
So, if you meet that criteria, if you're going on to a four-year university, you're a senior, you know that your GPA is at least a B, take the 10 minutes, fill out the applications. Let us help you. We want to help you be successful. We're here to help guide.
Yeah, for sure. And as you were talking there, I was thinking you're right. Some scholarships don't go they go unclaimed out there. There's some opportunities, but not with the West Shore Bank team and these scholarships. You're dedicated to the community and making sure that each one of these $1,000 scholarships are given out. And then I think last year we had the students, if I remember right, some of the recipients on the air
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
us, and we look forward to that too. And we can bring them in with the new software package that we have and from their individual schools throughout it. Maybe we'll even have an opportunity to have most of them on for a big West Shore Bank unveil day and be able to congratulate them as well. So we appreciate all that you do, all that West Shore Bank
Thank you.
does. Yeah, and it's such a great program. And throughout the year, we'll be visiting with you and other team members to talk about a lot of the other initiatives that you have. So thanks for all
Awesome.
that you do.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Christine, for taking some
Thanks,
time with us
Chris.
this
Yep.
morning.
Thank you.
It is 102.7 Mom FM and Hot Country Hits 99.9 with our live segment with Christine from West Shore Bank. And if you missed it in